a super job all year. Danny Ham alongside Lee Hogan. Well, the SX1 riders are down on the starting line, and it is go time. It's get nervous time, and let's paint the picture for you. Dean Wilson has himself a 24-point lead in the championship going into this final round. Let's take a look at our rider list. Danny Ham,
Luke Clout, Dean Wilson, Dylan Wills, Carl Webster, Jackson Richardson with a good result in the heat races, Joe Whiteman, Brad West, Josh Hill after a crash in the heat races, Robbie Marshall, Lawson Popping, and the rest of the field out there. Of course, that big lead, Lee, as you mentioned, with Dean Wilson, 24 points. He's almost got his hands on that trophy. But again, second, third, fourth, it's still not decided. There is only 6 points between Clouds, Brayton, and Hill. So it's really vital that they get a good start out of this one for the final race here, the Fox Australian Supercross Championships. Lee, who is your pick out of the gate right here?
You know, look, I'm going to go with Kyle Webster. Whole shot here. He got a fantastic jump out of the gate. He was qualifying heat. Let's see how he goes here. Eyes on the gate and went down. One of the Hondas jumped out really good. That looked to be Kyle Webster.
Well picked. Wills though to the inside, and Cloud also to the inside. Wow, Cloud out of nowhere has thrown himself up into the lead. Great follows him through, and Wilson deep in the pack in about 8th place at the moment. So Great has had a tough year in Supercross here in Australia. Lee, 5 times champion leading into this one. He would love nothing more to get some redemption here tonight with a win.
And how about the start from Dylan Wills back there in 3rd place? On board the Husqvarna machine.
This is also, sorry mate, this is also the opportunity for Luke Clout to redeem some of his tougher races. We saw a good result out of him in Newcastle, but as he said earlier on tonight, for us, I would really love to go out this year on a high. We see the battle between Webster and Hill back there just in front of us.
Yeah, Josh Hill looking good. A little bit of a recap there. Fantastic start from Luke Clout. Great, all kinds of pressure back there in 2nd place. And Dylan Wills, fantastic in our top 3. Webster, Josh Hill, and Dean Wilson back there in 6th. Now, let's not forget, Danny, Wilson only needs 2 points to wrap up this championship.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's looking set to do that right now. The real thing is for 1st and 2nd though, because as it stands at the moment, it sees Luke Clout get a 2-point win, or a 2nd place on the championship over Justin Ray. Ray needs to make this pass if he wants to get in front of Clout in the championship for the 2nd place on the next position on the podium.
Yeah, those minor placings are really starting to sort themselves out at the moment. It's great that it's a battle between 1st and 2nd to see who will get that 2nd and 3rd spot. Will's back there in 3rd place. He has himself 69 points. Not a bad job whatsoever.
Yeah, so actually, I'm just looking at the points more. There is only 2 points between Hill, Brayton, and Clout. So it's down to where they finish in this race for those minor places in the championship.
Now, 20-lap final. We are only 3 laps in, so there is an absolute eternity to go. And a mistake from Wills.
Yeah, so Wills drops back out of the picture in this one. We see now Hill looking to start moving forwards. Triples over here. Oh, Wilson, did you see the way he bounced off the last of those 4? Really pushing hard at the moment, wants to get up there and close this one out. Just like Anthony has had a perfect season here in Australia so far. No doubt he was right to get this win here tonight.
On that section of the track, Danny, the 4 jumps just before the finish line where we just actually witnessed in WSX qualifying a second ago. Aranda managed to get himself all the way up and over the quad. He's the only rider to do it clean. And as we see, smoke coming out the back end of a 4-stroke. That's not what we want.
That's a put it off the side of the track, buddy. That's the last thing you need to do is go and tackle that finish line jump with a smoky 4-stroke.
Kyle Webster all over the back of Dylan Wills now. That little bit of a mishap or a mistake that we saw earlier on from Wills has dropped him back into the clutches of the Western Australian Sandgrover. Doing a fantastic job here in Supercross. Lap driver just trying to get his way out of the way so he doesn't cause too many dramas for our lead riders.
So Wills after that little moment, as you said, back there, 5th place. Look at the top of the screen though, we're keeping your eye on the shots in the background there. Of those 2 places in front of Hill, Wilson still Hill just in front. And on that leaderboard on the left-hand side, Luke Clout has stretched that lead out only fractionally each lap. It's gone down to points, 2.1 seconds. And Kristen's down there, she's got another bit for us about Luke Clout.
Tracked down earlier in the weekend and asked him, how are you advising Luke Clout? Because listen,
CDR Yamaha team principal Craig Dackshaw does have a good head on his shoulders. He has been there and done that. Wilson has gone off the side of the track. Now he has to just be very, very careful coming back on. Didn't make up any time. Didn't wash the front out on that very slippery surface, and he finds himself back on. Now have a little bit of a look here. Up and over goes Josh Hill. A little bit to the left. Now do you think he perhaps got cross-rutted, Danny?
Yeah, there was a little unexpected kick coming off that first jump for sure. Then he put him to the side there. Very wise, just took his time, went around those jumps, made up absolutely no time, and stays upright. Now going back to the points, because of that little mishap by Wills earlier and Hill moving up that one position, he has now leapfrogged both Clout and Brayton, and he sits in second in the championship. So, as I said, it is tight between all of these three guys. Clout just needs to run away with this and do exactly what he's doing. 4.1 seconds lead. This is the Luke Clout that we're used to seeing.
It's amazing. Now forget about how the championship plays out. That is out of Luke Clout's hands at the moment. All he can do is just try to log in laps, lap after lap, and continue to do what he's doing. Hit his marks and not make any mistakes. And you can't do any better than that. If he can get himself a win here, this could be a resurgence of a career.
Hey, 49.5 second lap time that last lap around. That is pretty special right there. To be running those lap times this deep already in the final course. We are on lap number 8. That's all he's doing right now. He is clocking down those lap times consistently every single lap.
But he looks smooth. He looks like he's not going to make a mistake whatsoever, and he's not getting any implied pressure from behind. So it's just a matter of staying present in the moment and not having any of those mishaps where the mind goes off somewhere else. A little bit of a talking of mishaps here.
That's an example of the mind just wandering a little bit unfortunate for him. Interesting having that. There was a sympathy crash in the background.
Those tough blocks have been booby traps tonight. Every single time you come in contact with one, they look like sweet, innocent cardboard, but there's booby traps involved.
Keep an eye just behind this right here because this battle is heating up. They're both catching Brayton. There is Hill. Wilson is again back to the back wheel of the Yamaha rider just in front of them as they dodge again. Sometimes riders that are down just in front of them, protecting those inside lines. And Wilson is really pushing hard at the moment.
Now let's not forget, we're not seeing Justin Brayton at his best. He's still dealing with the repercussions of the crash that we saw at Newcastle, and a change of line there from Wilson. It looked like he was trying to set up a little bit of a passing move there. Beautiful move and heads to the inside. Almost contact, but makes the pass.
Yeah, Hill just had nowhere to go there. He was out a little bit wide, sucking on that left rider. Again, we saw it in Newcastle how Wilson got an advantage. Have a look at this. So he goes out wide, gets held up just a little bit, but I mean, Wilson was already there.
Yeah, that was clean. That was really, I think Josh Hill would have found himself in the wrong place at the wrong time and gone, you know what, I need to turn down here. The Honda number 15 was already there.
And again, that changes things around once again because that puts Clout back into second in the championship. So you're right, Clout just continues to ride his own race. However, he's lost some time, and Wilson, a massive moment.
And neutral out of the corner, and you heard that rev tube from the Honda machine. He was very fortunate to somehow manages to keep that third spot from Josh Hill.
Hill tries to get back to the inside and skip across those whoops, but not quite close enough. Wilson, this is the characteristic mistake ride out of this rider. Let's head down to Chad.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of mistakes here, but that's what happens when you got some pressure sometimes. Let's go down to Chad Reed.
By the whoops and kind of come down to the complete opposite line of the track, and man, a lot of guys that make really fast, aggressive mistakes. You know, Dino being one, and I think on the subject of Luke Clout, I'm seeing little mistakes, but it's just him minimizing it and his roll speed, and just looks really, really good. So it's going to be interesting. This track is biting them, and I think that the big thing to think about is like the last race was a Triple Crown. These guys are not really that used to going this long on this long of a track, so it's going to be interesting to see how we end up, maybe possibly lapping some of these guys 2 times.
Yeah, it's a good point, and to Chad's point, we're 11 laps into a 20 lap. We've only just ticked over halfway. Now, on the subject of Luke Clout, Danny, you and I have had the pleasure of watching him over the last couple of rounds, and you must admit, we've been seeing him a lot where he has been trying to force the issue, pushing too hard, and when something goes wrong, he tends to have little crashes or little mistakes, but he's not as fast as he is
those maybe small mistakes, but he's complete control over them, pulling them back into line. Again, a 49.5. He has done these lap times, lap after lap, and I think that's the real key. We saw Justin Brayton that last lap around, down to a 50.6. So Cloud certainly fastest on track. You can see that with the split on the left. Another mistake by Wilson.
Nearly over the back of the berm, but from Dean Wilson, he has eased up onto the back of his teammate Justin Brayton. And if he can make this pass, it will be a very solid second placing. Now, I do not predict that he will head off after Luke Cloud. There is no need to put that kind of racetrack pressure on yourself. Now, that all started from an overjump on the triple, and you saw the helmet slap. So watch it as it comes down here. Boom!
Yeah, very hard landing off that triple.
Lucky to stay on the track.
Yeah, that was a tough one to pull up for. So did well to stay there. And again, though, the pressure back to the inside. Do you think with the amount of pain that Brayton's in, is he going to put up much of a challenge here?
Yeah, look, I don't think so. Nice, semi-aggressive pass there. No touching of plastic or bike, but that was just someone that's on a little bit of a mission. Let's go back down to Chad Rigg.
It's like something that I'm really watching, and I'm just remembering because Dino was, he spent the summer of 2011 at my house when he was champion. But the last time that Dean Wilson was contending for a championship for real was in 2011. That is a long time ago. And I'm just not, you're starting to see that even here and what it means to be a champion. And I'm just seeing little mistakes that championships bring out of you, It's probably feeling every bump on the track, every rock, every rut. And just interesting to watch that part of it because we've all been there and, it's interesting to see how he goes here.
I wonder, Chad, if this is a bit of a sign of how this track's going to form up tomorrow with the WSX, if it's going to bring out these kind of mistakes out of maybe some of our massive hit riders out there.
Yeah, look, Dean Wilson just seems to be in a bit of a zone at the moment. Even though he's making a couple of mistakes, the zone that I mean is he's on a bit of a mission. Now, exactly what Chad was talking about, and I think one of the greatest riders of all time, Eli Tomac, I remember when he's been trying to wrap up a championship and all he needs is a top 14, which you'd think he'd do in his sleep, and yet he spends 20 minutes of a 30-minute race in about 18th place, and you're like, what are you doing, Eli? Come on. And that's what the pressure of championships can do, and I think that's exactly what Chad was talking about.
Great shot there just a moment ago, shows exactly how big that lead is that Clout has over Wilson. Entire straight lead over everyone else. This is a comfortable position for him at the moment. So Clout with 5 more laps to go over this guy here, the 15 machine on the Honda. Now, does Wilson push it from here? We know he doesn't need to win this race for the championship, but does he push it and maybe put himself in that position for these smaller mistakes again?
Well, it's a 6.2 second lead for Luke Clout with 4 laps to go. He needs roughly 1.4 seconds a lap just to get onto the back of him. So he needs to do something pretty special, and I think Dino needs to be smart and realise the couple of mistakes that he's made. He needs to lay up, enjoy a second place, but even if you just reel in Luke Cloud a little bit, that's enough to look a little bit nicer than the gap that we've got. I mean, hey, if you're going to win a championship, it's always best to go out with a win at the end. If you can't, at least you should show some kind of form where you're reeling them in near the end of the race.
So we're about to tick over another lap. The last lap around prior to this, 7 tenths was the quickest speed out of our second place rider. This time, 9 tenths. As we go into small lap riders, Cloud, quick look over the shoulder there, Lee. Does he start feeling the pressure of these final few laps? It's been a while since Cloud's been here.
Well, Danny, you know what the biggest issue at the moment is the lap riders. And that's where you start to think, what if? You have a look, you see this red fender coming, and then you just see staggered lap riders all over the place. And you start to wonder, is that person going to swap in front of me? You start to think all these kind of thoughts that normally you wouldn't think. So really, it's just a matter of staying calm enough to piece it all together in these final laps.
Towards the triple again. Dean Wilson, the number 15. Over much smoother than we saw out of that over jump. Certainly would have fixed that up instantly. Lap 18 has now started. And Cloud, what's that? It looked like Webster that will come up the back wheel.
It is, yes. Yeah. Some kind of drama has Kyle Webster, but also interesting to note, 6.2 seconds still the gap from Luke Clout back to Dean Wilson with just 2 laps to go. It is in your hands, Luke Clout. What a comeback ride.
Yeah, well, a little bit bit long there, but manages to hold on to it and regain a different combo through that section into the whoops. Again, here is the gap all the way back to Wilson, and that last lap around was 6/10 faster for our race leader in Luke Cloud. So certainly at the moment it looks like Dean Wilson has conceded there to second place. There is not going to be a massive charge to try and get this win, and there is absolutely no need, as we said, for him to do so. What he needs to do right now, I feel, is just click these laps over, feel out the track, learn these lines, try and work out what's going to happen when he gets into racing for tomorrow night.
Exceptionally smart racing from Dean Wilson. There was a few nail-biting moments in the mid part of the race, which Chad Reed commented on. We saw them, a couple of mistakes through the whoops, a bit of an overjump on the triple where he headbutted the handlebars, but he managed to recompose himself, get back into the rhythm and focus on the job at hand, which is winning the championship. And I dare say a very nervous Yuriv Konski, who is staring down the barrel of taking the three-peat here if Dean Wilson can hold on to second place for another lap and a half, and that will be winning the SX3, SX2 and SX1 categories in the same year.
Lee Hogan last lap with 6 seconds lead. Do the demons come into the mind right now for Luke Cloud?
I think you just have to try to block it all out. I think this is a just desserts or a just reward for all of those hard times that they've been through. Anyone that's watched the Supercross Life documentary would have seen both Luke and his wife's the tears and the emotions and everything that they went through. It's been such a long haul for them, and to do what he has done is just incredible. To come out here, and I tell you what, we're going to see an emotional Luke Cloud in a second.
Absolutely.
Rolling through the woods. I don't even want to get my wheels off the ground here.
He knows exactly what is about to happen around the final turn for 2023. He said he wanted to go out with a bang, and he cannot do it a better way than this. Luke Cloud, congratulations, mate, takes the win in the final race of the 2023 Fox Australian Supercross Championship SX1 class.
And your 2023 SX1 Fox Australian Supercross champion, Dean Wilson, take a bow. An amazing race season for him. What an awesome moment this is for these two. You can see how ecstatic Luke Cloud is, but that look on Dean Wilson's face, is that relief? Talk to me, Danny. What are you saying?
That looks a little bit, there's either frustration in there, there might be a little bit of, you don't want to say fatigue, but man, that was a tough race for him.
Mental fatigue, perhaps.
Yeah, mental fatigue. He certainly had to fight his way through that, but no doubt, the excitement, he is just ecstatic with what has just gone on for himself, Luke Cloud, with that victory.
And there we see in the foreground here, Josh Hill. There we see the emotions that we were talking about, and that's just raw, true emotion on what a roller coaster ride it has been, all the way back to take the win. That is just fantastic to see.
Yeah, we have seen some of those hard times for Clout, especially in the motocross when the first FEMA break happened. It was a massive hit, and it has taken him a long time to get himself back into this winning position. There's certainly times he's been the fastest. He's just little mistakes here and there kept him off the box, but this is truly deserved tonight.
And would have seemed like an absolute eternity. 20 laps out here on such a treacherous, torturous track that we've seen tonight on Melbourne's Marvel Stadium. What an amazing job. Okay, let's head down to Cam Williams.
Dean Wilson, congratulations. You are the Australian Supercross champion for SX1. How does that sound?
Yeah, thank you so much. Man, it feels good to win a championship for sure. Been a long time for me, and thank you everybody that supports me along the way. And I'm stoked. I'm really happy. I'm a little bit disappointed with my rating that low, but Luke rode awesome. He was on fire all day, and yeah, I couldn't get him. So congrats to him, and thank you to the whole Honda Racing Australia, for Honda, Frost, Rockstar Energy, Fly Racing, my mechanic Craig, my wife, Ewan, man, everybody. Just thank you so much. I'm pumped. This is cool because I've been through a lot in my career, and to get a little cherry on top, I'll take it.
Congratulations, Mr. Dean Wilson. Got to sneak over here to find Luke Clout, wherever he is. Luke Clout, mate, you're pretty emotional, but congratulations. What a fantastic win. It's been a torrid couple of years.
Yeah, it's honestly been,
because like a lot of times that I never thought I was going to be back. Like, honestly, like with that like injury, I was down the dumps, and then I came back, got injured, and just got injured again. I honestly thought it was over, but look, I thought, you know, I can't give up. I need to keep going. Like, yeah, I think here we are.
Resilience pays, doesn't it, Luke Clout? And to be honest with you right now, mate, you are a picture of resilience. What a great win. Congratulations.
Yeah, I really like to thank Craig Duck for the awesome 2 years we've had. Yeah, like we're actually, you know, going separate ways next year, but I just want to thank him for everything he's done and all the team for everything they've done. I really appreciate it. My wife, my mum, my brother, my mechanic, all the guys that helped me throughout the year, I really appreciate it. And a big thanks to Ford Dale. Like, he honestly saved my career. I'm just speechless.
Fantastic, Luke Clout, ladies and gentlemen. Going to sneak over here with Mr. Justin Brayton. Justin, I noticed the arm is off the bike there. That was a tough night at the office, huh?
Yeah, that was one of the toughest I've had in years and years. I found out Monday I had a broken scapula, and that bone hurts. I don't know if you guys have done it, but to try and ride a track like that was, honestly, this morning I thought was impossible, and but I've got my family here, and I said I didn't bring my kids all the way over here to not race. So to end up with a podium is okay, obviously, but you know, to lose the championship, it just wasn't my year. Dean rode incredible. Congrats to Cloudy. I've been riding with him a lot on the Sunny Coast before my injury, and he's riding phenomenal. He deserves this win. And congrats to Honda and Yuri and everybody for getting this championship with Dean. And I'll be back to try and get 6 next year.
Fantastic. There you have it, folks. A very, very gracious Justin Brayton. We'll be right back.
Fantastic job there for Dean Wilson, and great to have a chat with Luke Clout and, of course, Justin Brayton. There we see our championship results. Luke Clout ahead of Dean Wilson 4-9. Justin Brayton back there in third place. Hill and Dylan Wills.
Yeah, Whiteman also with a fantastic result there, privates here as well. So good to see the boys up there giving it a good go. But have a look at his race highlights. There was Webster, they got out early, but Wills to the inside right here, and also Clout found his way through early.
Yeah, the mistake there from Dylan Wills, and that was one of two decent-sized ones. And now we saw that smoke coming out the back was terminal for that motor. Josh Hill getting past here by a very sneaky move up the inside for Dean Wilson, and likewise up the inside of Brayton.
Yeah, it wasn't the prettiest race for Wilson, but he got the job done, but no one was going to see the direction of this guy right here.
Right, well, what a race win for Luke Clout. When we get back, it's podium time.